The meltdown of one of 4 of the massive nuclear reactors at the Chernobyl power plant in northern Ukraine on the 26th of April 1986 was the result of badly flawed reactor designs, sloppy construction and faulty emergency procedures. The meltdown and its consequences amount to the worst nuclear accident in history.
Are we on?
Yeah.
Evening, folks, in the boudoir. This is in Ian's bedroom, redecorated. Yeah, just wanted to start. This is the entry to Chernobyl. Just wanted to start by apologising again for the way it's filmed. I filmed it portrait rather than landscape. I think I did say quite a few times during the video, basically because I was in a bit of a rush. It's my first time, so you want to see it, kind of experience it and take photos and not just be on my phone all the time. So, and you kind of pick the phone up naturally like this. So I filmed it. I think all of it was in portrait mode. So yeah, sorry about that, folks. So the journey starts here, folks. We're on the way to the airport, to Krakow Airport. It's about a 2-hour drive. It's 2 a.m. I think our flight leaves at around 6 or something like that. Then we're flying to Kiev, and then Sunday, I think it is, we're going to be going to Chernobyl, and then we fly home Monday. So the journey begins, folks. We're on the wrong side of the road and the wrong side of the car. I'm sat in the driver's seat but not driving.
Proper side of the car.
Yeah, someone's just butting on my video here. Ignore her. Wrong side. The journey continues.
Where did you start off, mate? Where did the journey start?
Poland. So it was just it was a last minute decision. Was in Poland, and where my wife's family are from. It's only about an hour from the border to Ukraine. Quite a bit further to actual where Chernobyl and Kiev are, but it's to the actual border. It's really close. So we started off in Poland and we left halfway, bit 5 days in I think, and we flew to Kiev.
Right.
And I think 3 nights we was there.
Oh.
Oh.
It's got a parcel.
But Timberlands. My last one's the sole came off. Going off the subject, I think it's where, do you know when you take your shoes off, is it just me? Do you kind of put one shoe on the other?
Want to kick the backs off?
Yeah, like to pull them off.
I try not to because it does mess them up.
Yeah, so I think because I've done that and I've done it at the bottom, I ripped the sole off.
Yeah, don't do that anymore, mate.
Yeah, don't do that, folks. It costs money. So I've now got some. We can do an unveiling if you want of the Timberlands, or we're not here for no. No. Yeah, Kiev. Yeah.
The bells. Let's talk about some bells.
Oh, the bells! I forgot about the bells. Oh yeah. So I think the first day we got there late morning, so the trip was booked for the next day. So we've done a bit of just sightseeing. I like seeing churches and just old history and stuff. So we went in this church. I think it was a Greek Orthodox church. I think a lot of them were out there, I believe. Don't quote me on that. So yeah, we had a look around the main church. Really nicely decorated, lovely decor and stuff, and quite busy. And they had this bell tower. You had to pay separate to go up. But it's only equivalent of £1. So we went up there, had a nice viewing, should I say, of Kiev as well. And then and then basically there's these bells everywhere attached by basically a line, a string, and it's played like a keyboard. But this nutcase comes in. It's like a nutcase on a xylophone that can't play. It's like, ding, ding, do you know what you give a child? You give a child a xylophone for Christmas, and they just smash it everywhere. It looked like a nutcase with a xylophone. Like, just literally, I mean, you'll appreciate it when, hopefully, I think I've captured a bit of it. And it was so loud, and he just didn't stop. There was no rhythm, no tune, just like smashing these keys wherever he could. Jesus, folks! Welcome to Kiev and Half Death.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you remember what happened after that? Was that the street bands? Or was that later?
Yeah, that was later on. It was the same day in the evening, and they were doing this shuffling, like in the main square. Yeah, it was really good. I seemed to be lucky. I captured some random stuff.
The best stuff.
Yeah, I took a few videos, and I got a video of just a really good moment of them shuffling. There's someone playing the drums just out in the open. It just seems to be in Independence Square. There's always something going on. It's quite like vibrant and nice atmosphere, and they close the streets off at night, and there's always something going on. There's like music playing, people dancing, so it was really cool. Yeah, you'll see it. We captured these, just I think local people just doing this shuffling. It's really.
Didn't want to make you go up there and do something?
It did, but yeah, I hadn't had enough to drink, and I can't shuffle. Tempting, you see it and you want to get into the rhythm, but then you realise you can't actually do it. So, yeah.
People just stop and they're looking at you.
Yeah, exactly. And on another note, has anyone ever heard? I've never heard of a pomelo before from Lidl. Quite nice. It's like in between a grapefruit and a melon. I don't know. It's nice anyway, folks. You should try it.
Is it cabbage?
Looks like it's huge, isn't it? Really. It's like segments, and it's like, yeah, it's really kind of meaty. Yeah. Jesus, folks! We're in Independence Square, first evening in Ukraine. Amazing atmosphere here. Crazy. So cool. It's so much better than I expected. You can see there's like monuments in the distance over there. It's like quite huge. I'm not even sure if you can hear me because the really bad speakers are playing quite loud. Amazing atmosphere here. Ah, the music stopped, there we go. So it's a little water fountain with music to kind of match it with lights. It plays different music. Right, another quick video, folks. Hopefully you can see my face, I don't know if you can. So this is Independence Square, it's huge. It's massive. It's a monument. I have no idea what that is for. There's the White House, look, right there. It's huge, really. That's where we just came from with all the water fountains and the music. Hopefully it will go up with the like a few of them dancing in the middle to this live band doing some shuffling. It's so cool, but it's massive. It's really impressive because I didn't really expect this. Goes down there and the police actually corner it off so people can just like happily walk. Hopefully my filming isn't too bad. I'm doing it with a Pixel, so hopefully it's not too bad. But everywhere you look there's something going on. I'd actually like to come back here in the summer where it's really warm. It's not too bad now, it's about 12 degrees, but yeah, it could be better. Yeah, look, it's amazing. I mean, if you put this into your trip along with Chernobyl, we're doing 3 days, so for this time, but yeah, awesome. So cool. But yeah, unfortunately I can't see myself when I'm filming, so I'm trying to just film the surroundings, not my ugly face. But you see enough of that with Ian, so you don't need to see mine as well. But yeah, there's another little fountain we found. Anyway, folks, continue on. Morning, folks. Today is the Chernobyl day, so we are just about to head off to Chernobyl. It's about 8 AM now. This is the company, Solo East Chernobyl, should I say. 3 vans, So we'll all be heading off to Chernobyl, meeting outside that hotel, which is in the square, if you can see. Yeah, I'll just keep this one short, just a little one, just to say we're just heading off, and I'll continue on later.
Right, yes. So, the journey to Chernobyl.
Yeah, it was... No, a bit apprehensive. I was a bit... Because when you sign up online, we found Solo East Travel, I think. Solo East Tours, they're really good. When you book it up and read the do's and the don'ts, there's a lot on there that you've got to kind of discuss... read through before you go. Stuff like your clothing. If you're wearing the wrong stuff, they won't let you go. You can't have open footwear. Yeah, same. I don't understand, because your face is showing all the time, obviously.
Your beard.
Yeah, but I'm not allowed to have my arms showing. So I got one photo of the IKES t-shirt and got shouted at. But yeah, they do tell you though that on the form it says you're not allowed to enter buildings. That's because the government apparently changed the rule because of health and safety. So they made it official that you're not allowed to enter, but they do let you enter. It's just
Isn't that quite bad on their front though?
Yeah, I think they have to put it on there because it's a legality thing. But they actually, yeah, pretty much. I mean, it depends on what kind of tour you're doing to where you go. We had a really good tour guide, and we managed to see quite a lot, although I was holding the crowd up most of the time and trying to enter places I couldn't enter. So folks, if you can see my face, we are at the entrance for the exclusion zone. You have to get tickets and go past a checkpoint where the Ukrainian army are. Apparently they don't like being filmed or photographed. They're not very happy about it, so I'm not sure if you can see me, but the whole area is just derelict really. On the way, the road was just really empty. But this is the site. I don't actually know, I'm yet to find out if you can go as a solo person without a tour. They're saying you can't visit the buildings. Of course I'm going to try, but because I'm with a tour, I don't know how easy it will be. Oh wow, look at that car. Lots of like communist cars there. So yeah, there's army in the office there. Guy over there. But yeah, they don't really like being filmed, so. But next stop will be inside, folks. Yeah, the first bit he stopped off at some village. He did actually say we may meet some locals. Not that particular place, but during the day, but we didn't. Yeah, because a couple of people got kind of repatriated back. Not many people were allowed, but a couple of people were. But we never did see anyone, unfortunately. But yeah, the first thing we went to, there was a little village, and he showed us like this path we were walking, and if it wasn't for these tours, there would be no path. It was once 6 meters wide, like cars, and it's crazy, really. Like we went into, I've done a lot of pictures on Instagram. Check it out, folks. There'll be a link. There was just like they've just walked out. Beds, covers, duvets. It wasn't everywhere. It wasn't like that. And he did say to go, because this was kind of a bit off the beaten track. He said, find this little wooden house. Yeah. It's one of the best ones. All the beds were still there. It was literally like a family just moved out. In the exclusion zone, folks. Just entering one of the buildings. They say you're not allowed, but then they do let you. Oh look, wooden flooring. Crazy. Gotta watch where you step. Oh wow, that bit is. So yeah, here I am. Crazy, honestly. Look. It's destroyed. We don't have too long, so it's just a quick video, this one. But crazy folks, this is one of the houses. What was a house anyway. It's one of the inhabited places. As you can see, there's nothing left. That's the old oven. It's just destroyed, but you can still visit.
What about all the floorboards and that being missing?
Yeah, that was one of the other houses. That was I think the first building was the main, like, city hall kind of thing, town hall. It was all, they were just rotten. You didn't know what you was walking on.
You reckon people would pull them up for firewood or something like that?
Possibly, yeah.
Possibility, yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of them just snapped maybe and they've just got rid of them.
Yeah.
So this is actually in the village. It's just where nature is literally taken over everywhere. Apparently the main street, which I don't know if I videoed, but was 6 metres across before. And now it's just a small path, and that's only because of tourists. So if it wasn't for the tourists, it would be completely overgrown. All these houses are just hidden. Apparently there's 500 inhabitants, so a fair few houses here, but most of them inaccessible due to time, really. But it's cool. So folks, in one of the buildings falling down, old wooden one. As you can see, I don't know how good the light is. It's incredible. Look, there's old iron, documents, papers, beds, everything left. Because they said, I think they evacuated everyone out of the exclusion zone within 2 weeks, so most people had to leave their belongings. It's crazy. Crazy, it's all still here. Oven, which had also warm the house. Absolutely crazy, folks. So I don't know how dark it's coming out. Look at that, it's amazing. Look at the roof falling down. Well, fallen in some cases. Yeah, and there's the half fallen down entrance. Amazing, folks. This is the walk, which wouldn't have been so overgrown. It's just nature's taken over, where people haven't lived here for, I don't know, 40 years, something. It's crazy. It's crazy. I just wish you could come here alone. I had so much time, but you don't, I'm afraid. So there's only so much you can explore. You can just have to kind of pick and choose and hope for the best. And let's say this is just the start of the day. It's one of the smaller villages that surrounded the exclusion zone. Yeah, crazy. I'm getting summoned back. It's the path, or it would have been the path, and this is the path now. This is the one I was just saying about in the previous video that was 6 meters across without any trees, and now look at it. Crazy, overgrown. Folks, we're in the town of Chernobyl, I think. Sorry, so much information. I don't even know if you can see my face. But it's literally just a ghost town. Unfortunately, because it's like a one-day tour, you just don't get enough time. Like, I think he just said people have been tour guides here for 9 years and still don't know everything or seen everything. It's just crazy. I'm actually where my... Oh, 1 second. Yeah, that's one of the roads. It's just derelict. There's dogs here. But that's Lenin. I am actually wearing my IKEA t-shirt. I don't know, 1 second. You can see it. Vaguely. I'm not allowed to just wear a t-shirt, so unfortunately that won't be seen in any of the videos. But this place is amazing. I just want to go in every building, kind of everywhere, but there's just no time. There's no time to do it. You've got to be really selective on where you're choosing and just hope for the best. I think next time I'd like to, you can do private tours. I'm going to find out the price and go from there, but it's crazy. And there's a stray dog. Well, strayed, apparently they were introduced by the government, so this is what we were told. But yeah. He's famous doggy. Hello. Jesus, folks, going mad. Crazy, folks, we're inside one of the buildings. Within 5 kilometres of the reactor that exploded. As you can see, old kindergarten, crazy. You can hear the beeps in the background, that's the Geiger counters going mental. Still lots of stuff that's left here. I'm trying to show you as much as I can, it's busy, so. It's crazy, seriously. It's mental. You can probably hear the beeps. Sorry about my filming. That's mental. It's quite hard to actually take it in and film because you don't want to miss it at the same time. I want to film it, but I want to kind of experience it myself and not miss it. And sometimes with filming, you do miss it. So yeah, I'm just like amazed as I'm filming. So it's I want to explore everywhere, see everything. The Geiger counters are going mental. The atmosphere, it's crazy. They put the Geiger counter close to the ground and it just went crazy, and near the trees. So basically, don't lick trees, don't roll on the ground. It was 126 times higher than in Kiev. Yeah, I'm sorry if you can't see my face, I have no idea what I'm filming, but this is one of the few buildings left and as a monument of the area, because anything that wasn't made by bricks, concrete, they destroyed because all the radiation seeped in to the wood, the cracks and holes that you naturally get in the wood. So the actual buildings they washed apparently, but didn't wash the roofs. But they did wash the actual buildings, so that's why the concrete buildings in this area are still standing. And this is say within 5 kilometres of the actual reactor, reactor number 4. But continuing on, quick video folks, so we've arrived within throwing distance now of the nuclear reactor. I believe it was number 4 that exploded. Apparently that one there you can see above the car is number 5, was never finished because of the disaster. So there it is with the new sarcophagus on top of it. Crazy being here, really. It's weird because it's actually if you've ever seen Walking Dead, it actually feels like that, where everything's just kind of derelict, there's empty roads. I mean, apart from you see the tourist buses and stuff, it's crazy, it's really just surreal. The area is just huge. You could spend months exploring here, but yeah, that's not an option unfortunately. So I thought I'll do a short video of, we are going closer, I believe so, we're going closer. And then I think Pripyat is the next town, if I'm pronouncing it right. So folks, we are here. We are at reactor number 4 with the new sarcophagus covering that I just found out 26 countries around the world helped assemble, pay for, the brains, etc. to do. That's crazy. I can't appreciate how big it is. You're not allowed to get any closer, because apparently if you're caught taking pictures any closer than we are, the army can just delete everything on your phone, everything I've taken. But look at the size of it, it's massive. It's 110 meters, I think he said high. Meters or feet? No, I don't even remember. I think it was meters. Anyway, you can fit the Statue of Liberty inside because it's actually bigger. The Statue of Liberty was 95 meters, 95 meters, and this is 110. So it just shows you the sheer size of it. Another stray dog though. It's yeah, it's crazy. So cool though. You can actually climb on top of the roof if you're allowed. Yeah, it's incredible folks, you have to come here. Tour company's quite good as well, Solo Peace Travel. Probably got that wrong as well. Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, I'm just going to continue on folks, get some photos. It's going crazy folks. 100 times more than Kiev. Crazy. and this is near the sign for Puriet, the town. Don't know if you can see both. It's mental. Can't spend too long here. Quick video, folks. Here we are at another checkpoint, because this is entering the town or city of Puriet, which was pretty close to the reactor 4 exploded. This is where I believe the famous Ferris wheel and like the bumper cars and everything is. Yeah, pretty cool, quite excited. I'd love to spend a week here, to be honest, maybe more. So yeah, excited for this. So we're just going to go through there next, and yeah, this is the next spot. The first bit we saw was it was like a square, actually, what used to be a square, and there was a supermarket, some kind of event centre for kids. They did all sorts, and families, a hotel. We went in the supermarket. It's the first place we entered, and I tried to sneak upstairs and he caught me. Folks, so here we are in, believe it or not, the main square. This is a hotel, apparently one of the richest hotels in the Soviet Union at the time, because this town was incredibly rich until the disaster. And this is an old, this was finished 6 months before the explosion, he just said. So there was like a concert hall in there, a little swimming pool, boxing ring, all sorts of like leisure activities, and it was used for 6 months, and then the explosion, and that's the history of that. But you can see it's crazy. You wouldn't believe it was 33 years since the explosion. It feels like more like a couple of 100 years compared to how it looks. But before he showed us the photos, it was just completely clear, like concrete, all nice, and now it's just overgrown in such a small amount of time. So crazy. It's surreal to be here, to be honest. Like I said before, when I went to Israel, I feel really fortunate that I get to visit these places. Just want to do a little bit more, to be honest. I'd like to come back, do private tours. It's not possible to come on your own, it's still a tour. We was discussing that with him. Yeah, I feel really privileged to come here. It's crazy. We just arrived here, and I think about 2 hours, he said, in Puriet, the town. Yeah, and we're walking to the first supermarket, Soviet supermarket that was built in the Soviet Union. As you can see, there it is.
As you remember, in Soviet Union it was 15 republics. So here was 15 flags, and with all of the flags of all the republics of Soviet Union. It was international city with more than 27 different nations of people that used to live here.
Here we are, folks, in the supermarket. What should we get? Trolley still here, sofas, original tiles. But to say, don't forget, this is only 33 years old. What, 33 years?
So here we have another tour guide, and we're not allowed to be inside of the building.
And you can see the aisles, all the names. I assume that's a chilling department by the little icicles, and it looks like fridges, and I've just tripped over. And there's an upstairs. I don't know whether I can get upstairs, folks, but I might try. Let me try, see if I get tired, I'm going to have to come back. That looks like marble. I'm going up, he hasn't said anything yet. Oh, I've just got told off. I'm coming back. So I got part of the way up. I was in the line of sight. Yeah, crazy. All the shopping trolleys still there. Like I said before, cut off, don't forget, this was only 33 years ago that this would have stopped being in use. It's not that long ago, but look at the state of it. Some of the tunnels are better that we go in. Crazy, crazy, folks. I just want to be able to explore without being moaned at, you know? But I understand he's only doing what he's meant to do so he doesn't get in trouble, which is fine. Look. Showing you as much as I can, but as I said, I also want to try and take it in myself, so it's not like on videos that we do with Ian and stuff. Sometimes we get to video and then explore after if it's new. This, I don't really get that opportunity, so I want to experience it myself without having to worry about filming. So this is why I'm not filming too much. But hopefully it's enough anyway, so hope you enjoy that.
Imagine if you went upstairs and you come back down and everyone had gone.
Well, that'd be good, wouldn't it?
Don't know.
Yeah.
Quite a few miles away from home though, isn't it?
Yeah, so
Is there a phone reception there?
Yeah, there was. Yeah, there was phone reception. Yeah.
That's a bit mad, isn't it?
Yeah, it was an all-day tour, so it started at 8 in the morning, I think. It's about an hour to an hour and a half to get there.
So just one day there?
Yeah, we only did one day.
Could you do more days?
Yeah, you can do two. They do a 2-day tour, and you stay in Chernobyl. It's a hotel, but you're basically above a cafe kind of thing. Very basic, but you get your food included 2 days. And he said it's around $300 based on 4 or 5 people, roughly. He gives a rough price, which isn't bad.
That's good.
Because I think it was £80, £80 to £90 for the 1-day tour. So if you times that by 2 and you've got food and a night stay, it doesn't work out that much more expensive, and you do get to see a lot more. So yeah, it's worth it.
Definitely need to do that.
Yeah, but if you've got a bad back, have fun with the journey. It's the worst roads ever. A quick video, folks. We're at the amusement park now, and probably most of you have seen the photos of the Ferris wheel, named after myself, of course. Bumper cars. A few other rides there as well. It's pretty cool. Wow. Yeah. So I'm just gonna stop it there.
This picture was made 3 years after the explosion. Still none of trees grows here. This winter 1985 and 3 years after the explosion. Cars, how they look that days. This picture also 3 years after the explosion. You see that twin boat, how did you say? Huh?
So another quick video, folks. Yeah, we're in the amusement park. I'm trying to film in a little bit of what he's saying for some history. He was just saying that this was never actually officially opened as an amusement park. It was meant to open in, I think, 1st of May 1986, which was 6 days after the explosion. So this was never actually in use as an amusement park. He said, of course, maybe things were used because there were still some inhabitants, so maybe the Ferris wheel went around a few times, but as an official amusement park it wasn't open. Just to flip the camera around, these original paintings by the Soviet Union, he said they've been slightly restored in the recent years, but these were there. So I'm going to take a walk over now to the Ferris wheel. Yeah, it's crazy. I didn't even know that was never in use. There's some swings there that had boats on them for kids. Merry-go-round, he said. And of course the Ferris wheel, which is quite big really for its time, I suppose. I would love to climb that. Even if I had the opportunity, to be honest though, so I wasn't even facing the Ferris wheel then. Yeah, as I said, even if I had the opportunity, I don't think I would climb it anyway because I'm too scared of heights for that. That's a bit too much for me. Yeah, it's just crazy. Surreal. Well, I'll do a bit more, but I'm going to stop it there for a minute, folks, because I said I want to experience it myself and get some photos, so enjoy. The most famous photos of like the Ferris wheel and the bumper cars and all that kind of stuff that most people will recognise, that was never opened.
No.
That was due to open a few days. I can't remember exactly how many days, but a
May
few
Day,
days.
wasn't it?
Yes.
May
First,
Day.
yeah, it was
Celebration.
their celebration, so it was due to open then. And obviously disaster happened before.
Yeah.
And the football stadium as well, that was also never used.
Huh.
We walked through
Yeah.
the pitch that was basically a mini forest. It was...
Right.
The only thing that kind of resembled was the stadium. If the stadium wasn't there, you'd never know. I mean, there's the floodlights, but it's a bit like being in The Walking Dead, how you'd imagine. It was really like surreal how nature's taken over within 34 years, 33 years? How nature's taken over so quick.
33, yeah. As of December 2019, folks.
Folks, here's the video continuing on. I can see myself like this, but then when I'm filming without myself, I don't know what's being filmed. So here is, maybe I'll just flip it around. A bit closer. Hopefully you can see, because I have no idea if you can. It's the control room. It would have been the steps. Crazy. Yeah, close up. Close up, folks. I don't know how many meters high it is. But yeah, look. Crazy, folks. Where are you, Ian? Someone just done a kind thing of moving, and it still moves. That 33 years on, quite easy. It was only a push of a hand.
I'm sure regular spraying by all the guys with some WD-40.
Yeah.
During the last 33 years, it never moved. But something like 4 weeks ago, some of illegals get to the zone, and to have more followers on YouTube channel, they cut a special rope that fits the Ferris wheel, and it starts to move. And was moving by air during something like 1 month. Moved and moved. After this, government find the time and money to again to fix the Ferris wheel, and use always this bucket was located there, so it was very possible to and very easy to show you the strongest hot spot for our one-day tour. But unfortunately nowadays the bucket is too high. If I put my gear counter close to the iron, right now we have 0.57. It's not changing.
Believe it or not, this is the middle of a football pitch we're walking through. It just shows how much overgrown it is. You can see like the remnants of a stadium back there. Yeah. There's a picture of it original. It just seems hard to believe that 35 years ago this was probably in use. But now it's just forest. You can see the stadium coming up just there. And the old lights, the old floodlights at the top.
Crazy that they carried on using the power stations, the other reactors, to that actual power station, well after the reactor.
And another thing they carried on using, which he told us during the tour, we actually got to see the swimming pool, that sports centre. He said normally that's not on the tour, but he managed to, we was quite a good group. Probably if I wasn't there, they'd have got to even seen even more. Because there wasn't too much hanging around or blah blah blah. It was quite a good. Depends on the group how many questions and they're going to ask about each particular place. But we got to see more. So he took us to the swimming pool, and he said that was still in use in the 70s. 70s? No, 90s.
What, before the reactor?
Before that was still in use before it was built and before the disaster. No, the 90s. He said it was still in use in the 90s because they still had a lot of scientists there working, checking radiation levels. They still do now, and other bits and bobs, whatever they're doing. So they kept that running for them, basically, for recreational. Yeah. And it was running in the 90s. I can't remember what year it closed. He did tell us, but yeah, that was still going. Folks, bonus here. Got to see the swimming pool, which we don't normally get to see. Oh. Look how deep that is. That's crazy. You can see. So folks, I'm walking along the edge. He just said the depth of the pool there, as you can see, 6 metres. I've got a rash because they're going 6 metres deep, 25 metres long. Not quite Olympic size, but you know, for its day as well in the 70s. And this is original clock. I have to stop it there, folks. I've got a rush. Now exiting, if you can see the plastic on the floor, that was for the contamination to make it easier to wash off. He said this pool was still running 12 years after. This was for the scientists and everyone that were there. We've actually lost a group. Oh, there they are. Crazy folks. Done a little self-explore.
In the school we have funny case. 3 months ago we get with the group to the school, and here on this place was a big moose. moose can be up to 800 kilograms, bigger than horse. Here he saw us, we closed the exit from the school with our bodies. He was a little bit excited about this. Also with my group, we immediately evacuate from the school and make only some pictures of the moose. Right now we will go to the first floor to check the area.
Original pegs, look folks. This is an old school. I think he said they studied something within German. It says German books here. Again, abandoned 30 odd years ago. It's crazy, crazy folks, look at this. So folks, sorry, just checking it was on, we're inside of school. I just hung back a little so I can get a small video of the hallways and walking back through. This is an old gym with basketball, well what was a basketball court, along with other things. The floors are rotten, so we're like from a viewing point. It's crazy. Hallways. Again, this was, I know I keep emphasising, but it's only 20 odd years ago. So 20 odd years ago, 33 years ago. But it's crazy. It's just the state of it considering. So yeah, I'm just I've just hung back so I can. That's the Russian flag. Apparently it says peace to the children all around the world. If there's anyone in Russian that can read it. So I'm just hanging back so I can get a video. You can see the state of the place. It's a glass wall. Crazy. Look at that. It's crazy. Just walking back through the school. Wow. Obviously it's bigger, but we don't get to explore all this as an extra. It wasn't meant to go here. It's just we've got through a lot today, so we had more time. And there's our tour guide. It's pretty cool. And some of the old reminiscence there. Anyway folks, I think we're leaving Privyet now, so that will be most of it. Hope I've captured enough. As I said, I want to enjoy it myself as well, not coming back a second time this visit. So I think we are now heading to the huge radar. Probably, again, you've seen pictures online. I think that is the next stop anyway to this radar, so see you then. Stray dogs, there were loads of stray dogs there.
Oh yeah, I saw that video.
Well, say loads, there was quite a few stray
stroking
dogs. No, he said you can, then they're tested, there's nothing wrong with them, but he still was a bit. I've sent you the video of one of them. He got really friendly. Every time he goes, he brings this meat for some food that's left over, and he gets them to do some tricks. So that will be on the video.
Voice. Give me 4. Give me 5. Again, voice. Give me 4. Give me 5. No. Give me 5. Today he don't want to show us his best. But all we know, this chicken for you, my friend. All right, we're ready to go.
But he did discuss the actual HBO series, and he said based on his conversations, because he's actually spoke to quite a lot of people, and he spoke to a lot of people who actually experienced it or went through it in some way or other. He said it's quite a true account. It's very good. He said it's really good. There's not much. He said there was 2 things that he disagreed with. He said the smoke wasn't black like it was on the HBO. I still haven't seen it, by the way. It wasn't black like it was shown on there. He said it's probably done for effect. It was like a colour, different colours. It's like a multicoloured kind of smoke. It wasn't black.
It's creepy, though.
Yeah, and he said that, and he said there is a shot where people were stood on a bridge from a distance looking.
Right.
We went to that bridge, and not just by what he was saying, by my experience as well, you couldn't, with the tree line as well being a lot higher, because they obviously demolished all the trees in the close proximity to the reactor. So they wiped pretty much 2 or 3 meters of topsoil they took off. So with the tree line, I don't think it would have been possible to see it.
No.
It was quite high then, and that was only 33 years ago. So just think how long the trees would have been there prior to that. So he said them 2 things are probably, well, the first one definitely not, but the bridge he couldn't 100% say, but he said it's very unlikely.
Right.
But apart from that, he said it's really good. Guess where I am, folks? What was secret, now abandoned Russian, so we'll say Soviet Union back then, radar station. It's been on, I believe, I've seen it on one of the programs. I think it's Abandoned Engineering. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's huge. Look at the size of it. He was just saying it's 700 meters long, something like that. I'm sure he said half a mile. I think a mile, 1600 meters, so maybe not quite. Anyway, it's around that, and it's 148 meters high. I counted these. I don't know what they are. I don't know, receivers maybe, possibly receivers. There's 20. It goes up 20. It's. I say my phone just can't appreciate the size of this. It's just one of those moments where you just need to be here, but it's huge. I just cannot believe it goes all the way over there. It's right in front of me now, and it goes along and along. That's the end there, and it goes on again, which is a smaller one there. It's ginormous. He said in the last 12 years or so, I think he said like 13 people have died scaling this, falling off, most recent 2 years ago. So you can try and come here and climb it yourself. I don't, to be honest, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have the balls to do it. Maybe if Chris was there, because Chris is good at persuading me to do things I wouldn't normally do. But I don't know, I would give it a go, and maybe I'd go up some of it, but I'm quite doubtful that I would actually climb it. But yeah, something else I didn't actually know. He's just told us this is the end of the tour. It's quite interesting. This was obviously built for the Cold War to detect missiles. It was a massive failure because it detected everything. It was some huge failure. It didn't work. It was designed wrong. But the town of Pripyat that we just went to, and all the nuclear reactors, they were all built because of this, to power this. I mean, it didn't take all of them to power it. They subsequently built more, but I think he said 25% of the power went to this. So there was a town here, a smaller town first, and Pripyat was built after, with inhabitants of 49,000 people or something like that. That was all built because of this. So the whole disaster and the whole collapse of the Soviet Union, could say, is kind of because of this. In so many words, I think it collapsed 5 years after, he was saying, 5 years after the incident at Chernobyl. But yeah, I'm going to have to cut this here, folks, because I want to experience it myself, enjoy it. So, but yeah, for now, that's it. I didn't film inside, folks. We're just being told to go by the guide, so I thought I'd film inside. Yeah, it's crazy. You can see the size of these now we're close. Another bit of information he was saying is that spanning across all of this, there was a tunnel underneath, which is like basically the operating room. Yeah, so I just thought I'd give you a quick shot of. Yeah, I'm in awe at the moment. Sorry.
How far away was it?
It's another little town, and it was hidden. Apparently, even the people in Pripyat didn't know about it. They knew it was there, but all this propaganda, they was lying kind of what it was, and a lot of people were too afraid to ask. I believe, I'm not 100%, 5 kilometres?
Right.
Not 100%, but I'm sure it was something like that. But another fact, one person apparently every year dies climbing that.
Really?
Yeah, someone died last year climbing it and falling off.
What, is it unsafe then?
Well, I suppose with weather conditions, and you're not obviously you haven't got any harness, have you? You're just climbing up, and it's 150. I don't know, it's 150 feet.
Yeah.
I think it's 150 feet tall and 700 feet wide, combined with the smaller radar and the bigger one.
Yeah.
So folks, last day in Kiev today. This is just before we fly out, I think this evening at some point. It's come to some monument and there's a museum with all these tanks. I think some of them was World War II, and this is, I didn't know they were there, to be fair. This is the monument we come to see. It's quite big. I don't know much about it, so hopefully there's some instructions up there. Well, instructions, I say information. So I just had a beer, so go straight through me, and yeah, afterwards we're going to head up there. There's a lot of stuff, like some rocket launchers. They've got a lot of old army stuff here. It's really cool. So I didn't even know all of this was there. I just looked up and saw this monument. I didn't know about the other stuff, so that's like a added bonus. And I believe there's a museum as well, which we're going to now. Monument looks like it's being done in silver, but I'm not sure, like a silver leaf kind of thing. So yeah, we're heading to this building here just to go for, and so I'll film when we're out and on the way up to the monument, folks. Catch you later. Here we are, folks. This is the main little square area where the monument is situated. There's lots of little monuments around, and again there's more tanks there, and if I show you around there, there's some more monuments. The actual monument of the motherland is huge. I'm not sure if it actually picks up how big it is, and it's really hard because obviously I'm filming just with a camera. With the phone, it's difficult to kind of appreciate how big it is. It's huge. Just went for the toilet and it was a nice hole in the ground, so luckily I only needed, so that was fine. I'm sure you really wanted to know that. So hopefully you can appreciate the sheer size of that. And all around is the city, churches. I'll show you some more. It's free entry as well, folks, so that was really good. Nice surprise. It's worth coming here just for the views alone, but the statue is massive. But I found in general it's quite really cheap in Ukraine. Like if you get Ubers, I don't think I've paid more than £3 to be fair. So yeah, here we are. So I'm stood on the edge here, just here, and there we are, folks. There's the view. It's quite spectacular. So it is quite a nice city. There's some churches in the background. Most of them are covered in gold leaf, probably. Yeah, it looks blocked off. I don't know if we can actually get up to the monument itself. They've blocked a lot of it off, so I don't think we can get to that second level. Not that it really matters, but I don't know, look at the size of it. It's massive. If you compare to the people that are walking past, maybe you get an idea, but probably not. This is a problem using a phone camera, is you really can't appreciate the size of things. So yeah, it's really, as you see, it's quite nice, quite green in this city. So I thought I'd give you a quick overview. Hope you've enjoyed it. Look at the menu, folks. KFC in Kiev. They have hot dogs. hot dogs. It's crazy. And actually breakfast as well, which I've heard about that some places do this, but I've never seen it yet. So I did try and look at the menu, but it was like blacked out because it's not breakfast anymore. So yeah, let's had a quick KFC in Kiev, folks. And we were just talking about the women over here. They've got very kind of a punk era kind of dress code now. It's different. I'll show you a little maybe. You see what I mean? So folks, still in Kiev, the last couple of hours actually before we head out. We're in the suburbs now, you can see. Majority just Ukrainians here, workers, people that live here, markets and things. Talking about the last video I just done of KFC, I'm sure not everyone's quite as sad as me. Loves KFC as much as I do, but I like to try it if I go away just once, if possible. You know, I won't exactly go out of my way, but I like to try it. But I've always found that nowhere else does KFC like the UK or America, which what they call the original recipe. Everywhere else, like here for example, and in Poland I've had it, it's like the crispy, which is the same that's on the wings. They don't actually do the original recipe, which I find quite odd. So anyway, just thought I'd share that with you. So yeah, it's quite busy here, as you can see. There's a lot of cool little pit stops for different things, burgers and stuff there, kebab, little fast food places, coffee. Everywhere has these little coffee huts. Coffee seems really popular here, coffee and croissants. Personally I don't like coffee, so, but yeah, you can see this is the kind of, what would you call the real part of Kiev where everyone lives kind of thing, the locals. Alright folks, I'm in Kiev in the underground metro. We were told this is the deepest metro in the world, apparently. This is the third time I've done this now because I'm trying to get the right video. Because I've done the first bit earlier and it didn't seem very deep and it goes down again. So I'm going to start recording. I'm turning the camera around now. I'm just going to start recording at 1 minute, so just one moment, and then it's even. So I want to time the exact time it takes to go down from top to bottom, which is quite a while. And these stairs are quite fast, if you can see. Look at them, it's crazy. So we started, and sorry, it was 2 minutes before 1 minute, sorry, 2 seconds before 1 minute. So we're descending down the first section, which we initially done, and I didn't think it was that deep. In fact, I thought it's not really much different to London. And then there is another section that descends even further. So we started at 1 minute, apart from 2 seconds, it was 1 minute. And I will minus the seconds it takes to walk. It's only a small little bit. And the next bit is the deepest section. It's crazy. Just coming to the end, as you can see. So 1 minute 50 we were at when I stepped off, and so I'm just walking now to the next section. You will see me. See me. I can't even get my words out. I'm not doing this again, so it's tough. So here we are. I'm carrying on walking, and that's just a round dome section, and we're going to now the deepest bit. So it took 35 seconds to walk across, and now it's going to continue down to the deepest section. As you can see, it is quite deep. So I'll just leave it running till it finishes, or till I reach the bottom. They were told us before we came here that this was the deepest metro station, so we wanted to use the metro from the outskirts of the city just to test the theory, see if it's right. And from what I can see, it's the deepest I've been in. Doesn't necessarily mean it is, but I'm going to have a little research online later, because I want to see how many meters deep it is as well. Yeah, we're still going. We've still got about the same length as the first section, so still quite far. And so we started at 1 minute, minus in the 35 seconds as well we walked, and it's currently at 4 minutes and 10 seconds, and still going. We're getting close to the end now, as you can see. Everyone at the top was looking at me quite strange because I was filming, pointing the camera at myself, talking. Maybe it's not that common here. So we're just about 5 minutes. So if my calculations serve me right, that's 3.5 minutes of continuous descent. Yeah, it's crazy. So basically 5 minutes, 10 seconds. So yeah, that's 3.5 minutes continuous descent. Absolutely crazy, really, really deep. Like I say, I'll do some research after to see how deep it is, but amazing, folks. Out of the metro station, and we're now in the Central Independence Square. Look at the this is at the top, like a viewing point. It's really nice. At night, it's well, them cars I'd actually blocked this off. Well, the last 2 nights at least. I don't know if it's a regular thing. So it's pretty nice. You can just walk across. It's a nice monument. I have no idea the relevance of that, but just thought I'd give you a quick glimpse of the view from the top. And there's the White House, folks. Well, it's not white, but you know. Folks, just bought this. Well, we would see it as a Russian hat, but I got it in Ukraine. It actually flips up as well, like that, ties up. So I thought, and it keeps your ears really warm. So I thought this would be good for exploring. Ian has a similar hat, so I thought, well, you know, in the occasions I go out, especially when it's cold, we can use this. I bought it from this lovely lady there. And yeah, we're still in the square. We're just about to head back because we've got to get to the airport. We've got like, what, 2 hours? So probably the last video in, maybe one at the airport. See you soon. So folks, I want to do a short video. This is the end of the trip. We came back to Krakow from Ukraine. I'm just doing a short video because Ian noticed, and well, actually I noticed as well, that I've done the videos for Chernobyl in portrait, basically, mistakenly. So I'm just doing a quick short video in Krakow, just to apologise, saying I'm presuming here that the video will be done by Ian and put up eventually. So I'm just apologising in advance that it's portrait. Like I said, because I was rushing so much, I had so little time to take photos, experience it myself. I really didn't think about it. I just done the quickest way, got the camera out and started filming. So if the video does go up, I apologise in advance. And anyway, moving on, this is Krakow. This is literally my favourite place in the world. I love it. I've been here something like 8 times, 10 times. A little bit, that's the Cloth Hall, 2 brothers, a bit of old history. One was murdered by the other brother. This is the main market square, which is the biggest market square in Europe.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's St Mary's Church. Just there, I've been up there, right up to the top. There's a trumpet plays. There's a story behind that. I can't remember how much during the day. This is Ulica Florenska, it's a famous street, and yeah, it just goes on, and it's really a really nice nice place to see. And this is where from here you'd actually go to Auschwitz, presuming that you'd want to see. It's really good, and you've got the underground old city where that old, if you can see that glass little pyramid there. There's so much to do here, and there's the salt mines which are amazing. And you can see like the kind of alfresco dining. It's so nice, so vibrant here. I recommend it. It's really a beautiful city. It's worth coming. Forgetting Auschwitz and the salt mines, it's really worth coming. So yeah, maybe check it out one day. It's really good for Christmas markets as well. So yeah, that was it really. Just a short video. Just apologise in advance about the way I've recorded, but that's it. Enjoy, folks.
Well, thanks very much for filming that, folk, and
No problem. It was
Yeah.
a pleasure. Hopefully there'll be a... I don't know. I think the Belgian video is a bit crap, to be honest. But
no, it's, folks always out on holidays filming for us, folks.
we will see how Belgium is.
Yeah, so be
Yeah.
kind in the comment section. I know it's filmed in portrait, folks, but yeah.
And I'm going to apologise well in advance if Belgium does come out, because I'm not that happy with it. It's a short trip and yeah, wasn't great, but
Sure to make it
hey ho.
fun.
Yeah.
It is what it is, folks. Thanks very much, Matthew Ferris.
Catch you later. The Adventures of Number 1 Fan.